Number 8. The Amazon rainforest. When you consider the amount of animal and plant life in it, the Amazon rainforest is actually one of the most populated places on Earth. It's a source of awe and wonder for many, and because of its large size, 2.5 million square miles, it is largely unexplored, though there have been many attempts to fully map it out. Over the course of history, there have been many expeditions into the Amazon rainforest, and many people have found many wondrous things. But they've also found fickle weather, loads of dangerous animals and plants, and constantly changing conditions that force people to turn back and return from where they came. And that's if they even made it out at all. Exploring the Amazon doesn't just require basic survival skills. It requires preparation on a grand scale. Yet even then, explorers are pushed back because of what the rainforest can bring on a moment's notice. The rain season is all year, which can cause the Amazon River to flood. There are loads of insects that can bite you and parasites that cause diseases. And this speaks nothing of the jaguars, anacondas, piranha, and more that will have no problem making your life miserable should you try and explore the place. Despite all of these dangers, the work continues to try and fully explore the Amazon. But whether that'll actually happen is something no one can say for certain. Number 7. Bermuda Triangle. The Bermuda Triangle is a place of legend and fear, and also one of the greatest places of mystery in the world. A ton of bad things have happened in this area over the course of history, and very few of them have been explained in a manner that makes any sense. The triangle itself consists of a massive area, connected by points of Bermuda, Miami, and Puerto Rico. Within this massive span of water, which at max is said to span 1.5 million square miles, many mysterious instances have happened. More specifically, countless ships and planes have gone down, taking their passengers with them, never to be seen again. Now, unlike an area like the Bering Sea, which is known to have some of the roughest weather in the world, the Bermuda Triangle doesn't have any of that. Sure, it can have rough waters and weather, but it's not a constant, nor is it something that should be expected should you try and go there. Adding to the mystery of the triangle, there have been many reports of missing craft that have defied explanation, like the flight of one Carolyn Cassio in 1964, where she flew into the Bermuda Triangle, came out of it, and yet despite being right over her destination, she claimed that she wasn't. The radio transmission had her over an island, but not the one she was aiming for. And according to her, there were no buildings or people on this island, despite there being plenty of them, and many of them trying to contact her. And that's just one story of the Bermuda Triangle that's been told over the years. There are many more that follow it, or precede it, and with each story, the legend of the Bermuda Triangle grows. And scientists haven't been able to truly crack the mystery surrounding the area, and the explanations that they've given for some of the cases don't track with the evidence. While it's true that many go into the triangle and come back fine, it's something that many people, including me, and probably you, would be fine avoiding if we can. Number 6. Area 51. The question of aliens is one that has permeated our culture from top to bottom, and there are many conspiracy theories about whether they're real, and just as many about whether the governments of the planet have been covering up their existence. And that leads us to Area 51. Area 51 is an official army base in Nevada, and officially, it was a place to test aircraft in the vast open areas of the land. But unofficially, it's the home of alien remains, crafts, and anything alien-related that's been captured by the government over the years. Now, naturally, the government has debunked this in every way that matters, including releasing a file detailing what Area 51 is and isn't. But to the public at large, they don't believe it, not even close. Many are certain that Area 51 is holding a massive secret, and yet no one really knows what goes on inside there. Not to mention, security on the base is much stronger and more expensive in terms of range than just about any other base in the country. So if they're not hiding anything, why are they being so secretive? Now, it is fair to protect a military base and its crew, but a miles-long buffer zone? No insight into what goes on inside its walls? There is a reason many still hold that aliens are within. Number 5. Antarctica. Of the 7 continents on our planet called Earth, only one isn't inhabited by a massive population of humans or animals. Antarctica. Which begs the question, why is it even a continent if it's unexplored and uninhabited for the most part? And the basic answer is because of its massive size. The continent of Antarctica contains 5.4 million square miles of land, and while humans don't take part in living there are plenty of animals that are, such as penguins, seals, and a whole bunch of invertebrate animals. There have been many expeditions to Antarctica, and some stations have even been set up there. But because of the freezing cold temperatures, dangerous winds, thin ice, and the wildlife, it can be near impossible to go and do exploring in a wide area. Not to mention, while it would be interesting to fully study the continent, at present there's no logical reason to do so outside of pure curiosity. So Antarctica remains a place of wonder and mystery, and many aim to try and solve it one day. Number 4. Loch Ness. Found in the Scottish Highlands and home to the largest waters of the area, which are 22 square miles and nearly 800 feet deep, Loch Ness is the largest loch in Scotland. But it's not the size that makes it mysterious. Rather, it's the creature that's said to live in the waters, hence giving it its name, the Loch Ness Monster. The real mystery that has lasted over 85 years is whether there's a monster at all living within the depths of Loch Ness. Ever since 1933, there have been numerous sightings of the creature, and virtually all of them cite the same features of the creature. And while early photos of Nessie were admitted to be hoaxes, the legend continues, mainly because there are still sightings to this day and year of the creature. Even though there have been numerous tests, including a sonar depth scan to see if anything was down there, and nothing was reported, it really hasn't stopped people from searching. This may be one mystery that people will never solve, but also never give up on solving. Number 3. Easter Island. When it comes to mystery, the place known as Easter Island offers a rather big one, mainly because there's little information about the people who lived there, called the Rapa Nui. Despite numerous expeditions to the island, including some that were meant to find out the origins of the people, no significant information can be found about them. And what's more, it's clear that the Rapa Nui were gifted in many things, including farming and sculpting massive statues that remain on the island to this day. It has been noted that the Rapa Nui did not have help in doing any of their crafting. So how did they get it all done? And why are they gone now? Other questions include, where did the Rapa Nui come from? Why did they make the statues like they did? How were they so skilled in things that they likely shouldn't have been able to do? And no one knows the answers, but research is still going on about them. Number 2. The Great Pyramids of Giza. The 7 wonders of the world are a reference to the great skill and architecture that it took to make such masterful structures. And in Egypt, the Great Pyramids of Giza are one such structure. Reaching almost 500 feet into the air, they tower over just about everything in the country. And they took quite a while to be built, as they were being constructed from 2589 BC to 2504 BC. That is 85 years of hard labor if you can do the math. But now you might wonder, they're there. Why are they so mysterious? It's simply because while they're masterful to behold, no one is 100% sure how these structures got made. Just take a second and think about it. This was thousands of years before the invention of modern tools and construction methods that would guide us in today's world. And yet the ancient Egyptians not only made one structure, they made a set of them, all of which are nearly perfectly symmetrical. Now, granted, weather has ruined that illusion on some of them, and they're nearly perfectly arranged to look like a perfect pyramid on all sides. Recent discoveries point to the use of ramps to get large stones up there, but it's not fully proven, and that still wouldn't explain all of the mysteries as to the construction of these legendary pyramids. Number 1. Mariana Trench. In terms of mystery, as well as being one of the least explored places on Earth, few places are as deep and unexplored as the Mariana Trench. This is mainly because the trench is 36,000 feet below sea level. It's so deep that if you don't have a specially made craft, the pressure of the ocean would crush you in an instant. Furthermore, because of how deep it is, there's no light from the sun or sky that reaches down there. So the only lights you'll have are the ones on your ship. Fun fact, only 4 humans in history have ever been able to go to the Mariana Trench. The first 2 were in 1960. Swiss oceanographer Jacques Piccard and USN Lieutenant Don Walsh went down in a special submarine and are in fact the two humans to go the deepest into the ocean. However, they only lasted about 20 minutes before their submarine had to be surfaced because of the pressure of the ocean. And the other came 52 years later in the form of the one and only James Cameron, who went down in a single-man pod and stayed there for quite some time before surfacing back up. Then in 2019, American Victor Vescovos took a sub and actually hit the very bottom of the trench and stayed there for 4 hours. That would be terrifying. Now, while their accomplishments are noteworthy in basically every way, it goes to show that while they've been to the bottom of the trench or even close to it, they don't really know everything that's down there. And until we can get a craft that can be down there for an extended period of time, there's no way of knowing all that resides within the Mariana Trench.